One of the three disciplines of Lent is this call to fast, a call to give up, a call to make ourselves hungry for the Lord. And in the world that we live in, I think that's a good challenge to have this hunger, this thirst for Jesus above all other things. Because our world today is so comfortable. And so when we come to Lent, throughout all the year, we can just get so comfortable, we lose our desire, we lose that awareness of our need to convert, because when we're comfortable, we don't want to leave a place of comfort. And so our call to fast, our call to give up is a call to become uncomfortable for the Lord so that we can be thirsting for Him. Instead of filling our hearts with these things of this world, we want to fill our hearts with Jesus. And so this call to fast from food, a call to fast from technology, a call to fast from the comforts of our world is a way of kind of growing in this ache inside. You know, and when we look at our fasting, we can always, in the church, we always look to our great heroes, the saints who have come before us. And I think of someone like St. Anthony of the Desert in the early church. He heard this call of the rich young man who comes to Jesus and goes away sad because he has so many possessions. And he looked at it and he's like, that's me. I need to do this. I'm rich and I'm comfortable. And he gave up all these things and he went out into the desert, fasting from the world that he knew, to go out into the desert to meet Jesus there. What we want to do when we fast is we remove those things, not just to remove those things, but we remove those things so that we have room to turn to Jesus in our life, in our world, in my heart, to be filled with Him. And that's where we want to go. And that's part of our pattern of life for this great season of Lent, so that when we get to Easter, our fasting is designed so that we're closer and closer and closer to Jesus, so that when He resurrects from the tomb on Easter morning, we resurrect and we rejoice. That doesn't mean we replace all those things that we fasted from and we bring all those things back into our life. But we want to keep Jesus there at the center of our life. Our fasting is to be centered on Jesus. All of them, fasting, prayer, almsgiving, to be centered on Jesus. And this fasting that we go through, how does that increase my longing, my thirst? Think about those days of fasting, Ash Wednesday, Good Friday. When we get to the end of the day, we should be aching for something. And that ache is for Jesus. That's what we should be about. We should live a life that's beautiful. Our fasting is to live a beautiful life. Fasting from the comforts of this world so we can live a life that's beautiful for Jesus, to draw others into this mystery. As we continue our journey through Lent, as we continue our journey towards the Paschal mysteries of Holy Thursday, Good Friday, the Easter Vigil, Easter morning, we fast from our comforts as Jesus fasted from this world, so that we can be drawn deeper to Him and find in Him that quenching of the thirst that's deep down. And when we come to Easter morning, the joy of the resurrection blossoms even more beautifully in the heart of the believer who has entered into this fast, so that he or she can thirst for Jesus and Him alone.